Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Raphael Varane is available for as little as 40 million euros. Raphael Varane is leaving Real Madrid. We've been handed a big boost in our pursuit of Raphael Varane because of Carlo Ancelotti. One story came out and said that Man United and PSG have made offers for Raphael Varane because it's impossible for Real Madrid to meet his demands. Now recently it said that Raphael Varane rejected Manchester United because he favours a move to PSG. Real Madrid have obviously decided to sell Raphael Varane. Defensa Central recently said that Man United and Chelsea are prepared to double Raphael Varane's wages. Not so long ago, Raphael Varane spoke out on his future. He did say it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships. Man United have obviously held talks with Raphael Varane's representatives. At the first, Real Madrid were demanding £60 million. Not so long ago, they did reject a £40 million bid. Fabrizio Romano did say not so long ago that Raphael Varane is the main name on our list, and we was waiting to see what happens with his situation at Real Madrid. His contract talks with Real Madrid stalled a while ago. His current contract expires next year. Last season, Varane did say he's keen on a move to the Premier League. Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for Varane back in 2018, and we also went in for the player 10 years ago. I'd love Manchester United to sign Varane. The reasons is because he dramatically improves us. He's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. He would exceed expectations in the Premier League. He'd complement Harry Maguire very well in our back line, and he's got a good pedigree as a player. He's won like 18 major honours at Real Madrid. Being a long servant at Real Madrid, he's endured 10 years with them, and he's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. Man United still want a centre-half despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract towards the end of last season. Now, Man United can sign Jadon Sancho for £80 million. Bundesliga journalist Konstantin Eckner said that Manchester United have reached an agreement in principle with Jadon Sancho. Reports came out yesterday saying that Man United are preparing a £85 million bid. Jadon Sancho has almost agreed personal terms with Man United, and Man United prefer Sancho over Harry Kane. Jadon Sancho did say that he wants his future resolved before the start of the European Championships, and Jadon Sancho has Man United transfer hopes as Borussia Dortmund are looking for replacements. Not so long ago, Borussia Dortmund told Jadon Sancho that he can leave the club this summer. Solskjaer made him a transfer priority. Sky Sports have already said that Man United is the most realistic destination for Sancho. Man United do remain in talks with Sancho's representatives. Dortmund did confirm earlier on this year that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho that will allow him to depart Dortmund this summer. And the Manchester Evening News said that Sancho is pushing for a transfer out of Dortmund. But yeah, I think he'll be officially a Man United player very, very soon. He will be a very good signing for us, Will Sancho. The reasons is because he will improve us. He's good at creating chances. He can score very, very good goals. In general, he'll fit in our team perfectly. He's predominantly a right winger. And plus, he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. You know, they do talk to each other a lot. So they are the reasons. We should have got Jadon Sancho last year, because Sancho to Man United was extremely close. You know, the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. But the reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation and was only willing to pay so much up front. We had until the 10th of August last year to sign him. We missed out on that deadline, so Sancho didn't come to us. He remained at Dortmund. He's endured 4 years at Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City, and he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. Now, Manchester United have 4 players that Juventus may accept in a Cristiano Ronaldo swap deal. That's Martial, Pogba, Donny van de Beek and David De Gea. Cristiano Ronaldo returning to Man United isn't slowing down. Reports from Italy recently said that Juventus could offer Man United Cristiano Ronaldo as part of a swap deal for Ronaldo plus cash involved. Solskjaer privately rates Cristiano Ronaldo as one of the best players he's ever played alongside. The Glazers have already held talks with Jorge Mendes regarding Ronaldo's future. Not so long ago, Ronaldo was in talks with Man United over a sensational return. He was actually in talks over a 2-year deal. Ronaldo has been at Juventus for 3 years. He's scored 101 goals in 133 appearances. His current contract expires next year. Juventus paid £100 million for him from Real Madrid back in 2018. Ronaldo has won 32 major trophies in his playing career, plus he's won 5 Ballon d'Ors. I presume a lot of United fans would take Ronaldo back, despite him being the age of 36, because he is regarded as one of the best players in the world. We did have Ronaldo for 6 years. We had him from 2003 to 2009. When he was with us, he won 3 Premier League titles. He won the Champions League. He won the FA Cup. He won the League Cup and he won the FIFA Club World Cup. We paid just £12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon. We sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for £80 million. So yeah, Paul Pogba and Cristiano Ronaldo swap deal could happen. Obviously, you know the news on Declan Rice from West Ham. Manchester United want to sign him. It's already said that Man United are preparing a transfer bid for Declan Rice to test West Ham's resolve. West Ham value Declan Rice at £100 million. By the way, Man United are now interested in Kieran Trippier. Do you think he'll come to United? You know the news regarding Jules Koundé from Sevilla? It came out yesterday saying that Sevilla have set their asking price. They will ask between 56 million to 60 million pounds for Koundé. Koundé recently spoke out on his future. He said he's certain he'll change clubs this summer, but nothing has been done yet. But not long now until the summer transfer window opens. It opens on the 9th of this month. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. The summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. It is very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. Solskjaer said he wants to make around 4 new signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. We can challenge for the league next season if we recruit well in the summer transfer window. Don't forget the board will back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract. Plus summer signings, despite our Europa League final loss. The board have promised Solskjaer 4 new signings. And Solskjaer's being given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. Obviously, that transfer budget will increase, when we do sell players. There's still deadwood at the football club we need to get rid of. I presume a lot of United fans think that we shouldn't give Solskjaer this new 3-year deal, because I can assure you won't see out this new 3-year deal. Solskjaer still has under a year left on his current 3-year contract that he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. So what we should do is really wait until he sees out his current contract, analyse how he's done, and then decide or not whether to give him the new 3-year deal. But Solskjaer should get the backing he deserves, reflecting on what the board have recently said. Plus, we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. We've got Matt Judge, and we've also got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. The players I want Man United to offload in the summer transfer window, I think we need to offload De Gea, because I reckon now De Gea's had his years at Man United. Obviously, there has been talks of a David De Gea and Jan Oblak swap deal. I gave you the news on Oblak yesterday. He came out and spoke out on his future. He insists that he's happy at Atletico Madrid. He's in no hurry to leave, but he said he could be sold if Atletico Madrid need to raise funds. We also need to offload Sergio Romero. We need to get rid of Lee Grant. We need to get rid of Phil Jones. We need to loan Brandon Williams out. We need to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. We need to offload Nemanja Matic. We need to offload Van der Beek because he's not getting enough chances at Man United. Van der Beek is set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. We also need to offload Juan Mata, and we need to offload Anthony Martial. Next season is going to be massive for Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. Next season, Solskjaer has to win a trophy if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If he doesn't win out next season, I think he will go. Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy for 4 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. He isn't the long-term manager for Manchester United. Solskjaer has endured 2 full seasons at the club, and he's been in charge of Man United for 29 months, which is over 2 years. Reflecting how long he's been at the club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learnt quite a bit on the job. Like I said, I do have my concerns about Ole. My 2 biggest concerns about him is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and his decision making also concerns me, but that doesn't mean, he can't succeed as Manchester United manager. I've got to credit Solskjaer though in a lot of aspects. One aspect is that I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. You've got to say he's done well to say the squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. Last season, in his second full season, he got us a 2nd place finish. That wasn't an achievement, but you can see that progress was made from his first full season. He did get us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but he still got us to the final, and that was his first major final as Man United manager. We went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, which is a record. Solskjaer also got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. Last season he got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. He did well in his first full season, guided us to 3 semi-finals, got us qualification for the Champions League, and got us a 3rd place finish. He has made good signings as Man United manager. So far he's spent almost £300 million. And he's got rid of a lot of the dead wood since he's come in. I like the way he's promoted the youth. Another thing I've got to credit Solskjaer for, when he got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured that everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody has been given their chances. So they're the things you've got to give Solskjaer credit for. He is our best manager since Ferguson. He knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. We appointed him in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We gave him the job permanently back in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. There is good players at Manchester United, and these actually players that have really, really improved. Dean Henderson, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Dean Henderson is obviously now our number 1. We made the right decision putting him as number 1 because in a lot of his games he was in goal for last season, he did well. And plus Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him, because he did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United, and he's also had other loan spells before. Before the start of last season, Dean Henderson signed a 6-year contract with Man United. But I reckon he's got a long-term future at the club. Luke Shaw, he's really improved. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. He really, really was. Luke Shaw still remains our first choice left back, despite the arrival of Tellez last year. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. He's endured 7 years now at Manchester United. I think Harry Maguire has also improved. Obviously, he was missing towards the end of last season because he's got ligament damage in his ankle. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Villa. Maguire was a big miss towards the end of last season. We overpaid for him though. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the 2nd most expensive signing at the club. We got Maguire for £80 million. Eric Bailly, he's also a good centre-half as well, but he's just too injury prone, so in that aspect he is a liability. Like I said, not so long ago, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. And Wan-Bissaka, he's a very, very good right back, but there's still some Man United fans that are saying we need to get a backup right back in to provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka is one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville, and I think Bissaka's got a long-term future at the club, and I'm convinced he can emulate into next Gary Neville. Bissaka, defensively superb, but he's still got to show more in the attacking third of the pitch. But there was some games last season where he showed some very good attacking intent. Bissaka has now enjoyed 2 full seasons at the club. I think McTominay is a decent player, but he's not on that level where I want him to be as yet. McTominay's still young, he's got a lot of development in him, so we need to give him more time. McTominay's been part of the club anyway for a long time. Paul Pogba, he's also good. He's improved. We've been getting the best out of him in recent months. Paul Pogba looks very, very effective in more of an advanced role. He's much better in an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. I hope Paul Pogba stays potentially past the summer, but he could be leaving in the summer transfer window. Bruno Fernandes, he's a very, very good player. He's made the difference in our team. Fernandes is our best player and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. In a lot of Bruno Fernandes' games, he's been very, very consistent, but there's also been quite a few games where he has looked off the pace, but that's because we've overplayed him. Fernandes has been at Man United now over a year. Fernandes not so long ago won Player of the Year, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Not so long ago, it said that Bruno Fernandes is set to sign a new contract at Man United worth £200,000 a week. So reflecting on that, we're willing to double his wages. Fernandes did admit he's happy with the progress of Solskjaer's team. Fernandes' current contract does expire in 2025. There is also an option of a further 12 months. Predominantly plays as a number 10. Mason Greenwood, he's also very good as well. He's been a revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Marcus Rashford can also be good when he wants to be. And Edison Cavani is also very, very good. We know that Cavani's staying for next season because Romano said not so long ago that Cavani signed a 1-year deal. So there you go. Obviously, the news on Tom Eaton. Man United are set to sign Tom Eaton on a free transfer this summer. And Tom Eaton has agreed a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of a 3rd year. Fabrizio Romano did say that Tom Eaton will undergo a medical and he'll sign as a new Man United player in the next weeks. The deal is done and completed. We did have Tom Eaton before. It's good that Ed Woodward is standing down at the end of the year, because we've been very critical of Woodward for a long time. Got announced earlier on this year that Woodward resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club. And the Glazers, obviously, were being trying to get him out. Towards the end of the season, there was a lot of protesting going on at Old Trafford against the Glazers. We need to recommend new owners in. But Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson. The 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes. We sacked him after 10 months. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club. But in the last 8 years, Man United have been playing catch-up. We hadn't only had different managers with different philosophies. We've overpaid for players. Our recruitment's been very poor in general. You know, we've won 4 trophies since Ferguson retired. And in general, mistakes have been made in the last 8 years, and that's why we've been nowhere near as consistent as we'd like to have been. So there you go, that just justifies what I've just said. That just justifies how inconsistent we have been. We've brought around 37 players in since Ferguson retired, and we've spent over £1 billion on them. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. I'm back on with another video soon.